is the 77 WABC minicast.
Yeah, of course, right.
Well,
Nothing nefarious.
Why don't we go? I understand the Consul of Israel is calling in from Jerusalem.
And joining us now here on Katz and Cosby is the former consul from Israel to New York. He is now in Jerusalem as we speak. Consul General Ido Aharoni. Consul General, as I'm looking at everything, what are you guys anticipating, and what role do you think the U.S. is going to play maybe here?
Well, I think that the United States will eventually intervene militarily. Otherwise, Israel could be dragged into a war of attrition with Iran, which is not good for Israel. Israel is not designed for that type of war. Iran is designed for that type of war. I think the United States, its intervention militarily is critical at this point, and it looks like President Trump is leaning towards American military intervention.
Understood. This is John Catsimatidis. At what point is anybody resupplying Iran right now? Because it was said in almost every news channel that they were running low on missiles.
Well, not only that they're running low on missiles, they are having a very difficult time deploying their launchers. So even if they have enough missiles, because of the Israeli aerial superiority, the fact that Israel dominates the Iranian skies, they're unable to deploy the launchers. That's their bigger problem. So even if they have thousands of missiles, it's not going to help them if they can't even move them around. So it's not so much a question of how many missiles they have left, it's a question of how many launchers they have left.
Consul, in addition, there's word around that Tehran is, people are leaving Tehran, they're evacuating. It makes it seem like something is imminent.
Absolutely, and I think that the president did something very important by asking the people of Iran, the people of Tehran, to leave their homes. And he said, we were not interested in any harm, to civilians, to uninvolved people. Our issues with this regime. And I think that's the right approach. And the Iranian people are responding. They're leaving Tehran. I saw the images myself, as I'm sure you've seen as well. And it makes it easier for Israel and later on the United States to operate surgically against targets that are being operated by the Revolutionary Guard.
Mr. Consul General, you're there in Jerusalem. Give us a sense of what life is like. Everybody has sort of an underground, safe house, sort of a safe location, a bunker, if you will. How concerned are they also of what may be to come? And also, obviously, there's a form of I guess a gratitude and also appreciation because this president is so stalwart with Israel. That's a good feeling.
Yes, and I think that President Trump eventually, when the dust settles, he can really claim credit for the whole thing because he had Israel's back all along from his first term and even from before that. You asked me about the mood in Israel. Well, I'm lucky because I have a bomb shelter in my house, but there are many Israelis that don't have a bomb shelter in their house, and either they have to find a bomb shelter in the area, or they just have to go to the safest place around, and sometimes it's not enough. So Israelis are in a very uncomfortable situation, but they're willing to sacrifice. Very resilient people. In fact, I think Israel makes a perfect case for what is called anti-fragility, meaning a society that is not only resilient but actually thrives under pressure. And I think that's the case of Israel these days.
Now, Consul, at what point is there an active revolutionary guard against the religious faction of Iran?
So we know that they're extremely unpopular, but we have not seen any indications so far as to actual rebellion underground against the Ayatollah and the Mullah regime. The most important thing to understand is that sometimes, and I'm a great believer in the theory of unintended consequence, sometimes when an external power is humiliating a nation, like the case of Israel and Iran right now, it could actually create the opposite effect. People can actually support the regime, although they disagree with the regime, only because of matters related to national pride. This is something that Israel has to be very careful and make sure that we are avoiding this situation. We don't want to galvanize the Iranians around this deadly and toxic regime.
Yeah, that's a great point. Well, Consul General Ido Aharoni, it is so great to have you with us. Our prayers are with everybody there in Israel, and please keep us posted. You got to come back on soon.
Bottom line, something is imminent because we're on the 5 o'clock news with you now. Something is imminent.
I believe so, and I hope so, honestly. I hope so. Thank you so much for having me, and God bless you for your friendship and support.
Absolutely. And God bless Israel. Thank you, Consul General, very much.
Wow.
Thank you.